I'm a magician and I basically have no friends. Now, this video is going to be a bit more about philosophy than card tricks, but no one's watching anyway, so it doesn't quite matter. So, for a very long time, ever since I was a child, I obviously chased trying to have friends, and I was semi successful. Every once in a while, I'd get a friend, I wouldn't be able to keep them too long, and eventually, when I got better mental health and started trying to interact with people more, I was able to keep friends and not have too many issues with it. But I would notice that the longer that I spent time with friends, the less good I would feel. I would start to get stressed out. And when I used to interact with people a ton, like every day, all day, I actually passed out a couple times from stress, even once at school. And, I got carried away to the ambulance, and that was expensive. But it just, I don't know, having friends, it just kept having issues in my life. And I still do have a couple close people, but instead of interacting with them every day, all day, or even just like once every day, the majority of people that are in my life, I only interact with like once a week or once every 2 weeks. And the friends that I used to have, that I used to spend a lot of time with, I just talk to them like once every 6 months or once every 8 months whenever there's something to actually talk about. I talk about how I did this or that or how I learned how to do this. And they talk about how college is going or how their partner is. And I think it's a lot more fun and a lot less stressful, especially for me as someone that doesn't really crave talking to other people nearly as much as I feel others do. To just live a quiet life and sit down and think about stuff and not have to worry about everything. Just be able to practice stuff and keep myself accountable. And I think as a magician, that is very strange because magicians are supposed to be very social people and very charismatic and outgoing, but I don't think they really need to be. I think all it takes is a want to learn card tricks or coin magic or flourishes or whatever you want. And that's really all it takes. Everything else is just kind of an addition. Like a magician that focuses on performing for other people, yeah, they probably should be charismatic. That's not what I am. I just think they look cool. I show them to friends sometimes, and that's about it. I do think you need at least one or two people that you can talk with on a semi regular basis. But I think other than that, you don't need much, just enough to make sure that you're not going crazy. Because if you completely isolate yourself from everyone, your brain is just kind of an echo chamber. And I think eventually your decisions kind of dissolve and become worse and worse. There's no one to bounce ideas off of. You're just going off of your own intuition every time, and it just keeps going lower and lower. So I do think it's important to have at least a couple of people. But if you find yourself stressed out because you're just dealing with too much and too many and all the people in your life feeling like you're getting swarmed all the time, or that even if you just have a couple of people but you spend far too much time with them, maybe you should have a talk. Maybe you should sit down and decide to try to shorten that, at least for your own sanity. I feel like too many people, they're so concerned about other people that they sacrifice every little piece of themselves to try to not hurt someone else. But I think often it ends up hurting other people anyways. Like if you only look out for what hurts someone and nothing else, then what if they do something wrong and you have to tell them? Yeah, it would probably technically make them feel bad if they did something wrong, but people need to be told when they do something wrong because people often want to improve. They don't want the worst for people. And I think they would be more pissed at you for just taking it than you explaining, it's like, hey, that was kind of messed up of you. And if they reject it when they did truly do something messed up, then that's probably not the best person. And if they accept it, then I think that's fair. And I think you just made that person, that relationship better. So people need to be less afraid of what people consider as normal. Like if you have trouble, or not if you have trouble, but if talking with people has consistently stressed you out, not because of like anxiety or something or some like trauma based thing, just because it's draining. Like it just takes energy out of you for no reason other than it just does. And then maybe you should have less of it. Don't let other people try to convince you otherwise. You can live your good life, and I think people should spend time trying to figure that out. That's the end of this video. I'm tired. Have a wonderful night.